Hey guys, Dconnic, and I wanted to make a quick video about how my Settlers of Kalguur League start went. And as a side note, this is going to be a one take following my 24-hour league start stream. So you have to excuse me if at any point my brain just stops braining because it's bound to happen. First things first, let's talk about the league mechanic. What do I think about it so far, and how has it treated me? I think the league mechanic has been very engaging. Been really fun to engage to just blast through maps, talk to nodes. I'm personally someone who this league, at least because of all the time gating and everything, I decided I was going to go ham on it even during the campaign. So not every single zone, but whenever I felt like I needed a particular resource, I would always take it. When it came to like the Crimson and the or Kalguur. There's lots of different ways to benefit from the league mechanic, from shipping to map running to there's just so many things. I got my current 5-link chess piece from, I think, a shipment or something. Then I crafted modifiers. There's tons of different ways to approach the league mechanic. You can actually ship all your resources early and try to get money that way, or you can just focus on upgrades like I did. But if you were to ask me what I think is better, I think shipping early is honestly bait, and you're probably better off just keeping all your currency to then upgrade everything, because it does get costly when you get to the higher levels. Then what else? I think what I have learned so far is I probably should have engaged with the gambling system more when I was leveling, because I believe they said it scales with your levels or something like that, so you can use it to get upgrades. I just put all my money into the league mechanic and into upgrading different things, and I was having a rough time when it came to gear sockets and socket colors, and it was rough. We made it work. But with its good sides come some negatives too, because you look at how the levels are structured, and you unlock Atlas running at, say, I think it's Town Hall level 5, and then you unlock your dedicated Atlas runners, I assume by level 8. I'm currently level 6. I can see level 7 what I upgrade to, and it still doesn't have like Atlas running as a specialty. Now at my level, with a white, like a tier 1 white no mod map, they had a 52% chance to die in the map. And I see this and I'm thinking, how does this work? Like, what am I supposed to do? This is just meant to be a place to send them to die? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I assume when you get your Atlas runners, it's going to be much better, especially when you start getting like the higher tiered ones, the tier 7s or tier 8s, as the case may be. But it's a weird place to get it when you can't get the specialized people, you know. And then another pain point was the petrified amber. That node is honestly, it's annoying to grind on league start, because you know you don't have the gear to just blow everything up. So it's definitely something. It's definitely something. And there's also this one interaction that I think is not intended, where if you get a mob that spawns from the blight thing and it has that lightning strike aura, the thing that just causes constant lightning strikes, those lightning strikes actually diminish the resources. I had one moment where I was doing the node and all of a sudden that guy shows up, and you know it's a rare, obviously, can't kill him in time, and he just blows up the tree literally within like less than 10 seconds. It's just gone. So I think petrified number could use a bit of work, but it's still decent once you get more gear and you can handle it better. You know, it becomes easier, and I found that using Vow Summon Skelly is also really invaluable for it, simply because they are able to kind of body block the tree, so not all of them can get access to the tree to even hit it in the first place. And then you have the aggro system. I am considering trying Decoy Totem at this point. It might, if it works, it could be the strategy to use for petrified amber, because like it's currently a pain at lower level, at least. Now, we're also going to be talking about what exactly I am playing, because I did alter my build based off of specters that we saw in the new league. So apparently, I found this out, like, when was it? I found this out about, let's say, Act 7, Act 8, but they brought back Forge Frostbearers, and they are insane. If you don't know what Forge Frostbearers are, they're a specter that we got during the Crucible League. They throw a code-based spell that can overlap. It's a mortar spell. So what you want to do is you want to use volley, so it has good overlap, like, so they end up being close together, and an enemy gets hit by 5 of those mortars and takes damage from all 5. If they're big enough, of course. If they're very small, then they won't. But it actually has decent AoE, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about not being able to hit all 5. They are insane in terms of DPS. I'm currently rocking 3 in a Bitter Dream, and I am mowing down content. Like, I am in red maps, I am comfortable, and it's nothing. It's just a very comfortable feeling. So instead of going Wretch Defilers, I am going Forge Frostbearers. I'm gonna put a POB in the description for my current, like, low budget-esque setup. It's very similar to the Wretch Defiler tree, so you won't have to respec much, at least. It's basically the same thing with a few things to talk about, like, for example, if I can open it right here, the mastery that gives you +1 max res if you have armor ES on all pieces of gear. Well, that one is optional, but if you do have armor and ES, or armor rather, not ES, just armor on all your armor pieces, so your body armor, your helmet, your gloves, your boots. If you have armor on all of them, go ahead and take this node. If you do not, ignore it. It's not the end of the world. Then that's an optional node to take. It's very good to get 80% all res, but by no means mandatory. Then what else have we changed? You want to start using Forge Frostbearers as soon as Act 4, really, because you can get them at Global 6666. If you're playing SSF, then you kind of have to make do with something else, and I would recommend Hyri's Watch. My experience this league with the slave drivers, they felt squishy. I'm not sure why, but they felt squishier, and coupled with the fact that like I said, I had bad luck with just getting the socket colors I needed on, like, maybe base types I needed, or even just socket colors in general, or links. They just felt squishier, and they felt like they were doing good damage, but it just felt like they were dying too often. So instead of switching to them in Act 5, you can still use them, just don't use them as your main DPS. Stick with SRS, and you can switch back to them, because I switched back to them like Act 7 once they had levels to them. And then once I got my second ascendancy, it's a wrap. They just got ES, they didn't need anything else. So I leveled with them until I found out about the Frostbearers, and I got them. I did change in the POB. You will see this, but I'm using a Bitter Dream, so they are basically sets. They don't need anything else. It's gonna be hard to get to +225 and get your 4th Spectre with this setup, so I just get as high as you can, and eventually you want to invest in like a +2 helmet, and I think a +2 helmet should be enough to get you to 24. It should get you to 25 because we're with a level 21 gem, but it's expensive to get a level 21 gem and then get +2 helmet. So it all depends on your budget, really. I will be making a mid-budget version of this once I actually get to mid-budget. For now, we're just going to keep blasting, farming, trying to get as much currency as possible, and strengthening the build. Pretty much that's the game plan, at least. So then you might be wondering why we're not using the Triad's Grip Glove, and the TLDR of that is, if you want to, you can. I didn't want the hassle of having to put in 4 green gems. You can also look at Group of the Council. That doesn't restrict your gem color, and that's fine. I went to the rare glove simply because I wanted a source of extra suffixes for chaos res. It became very, I mean, it becomes very important once you start heading into red maps. So I just wanted that extra source of defenses, really. But for the offensive approach, you can definitely go for Grip of the Council. And then on the skill section, if you're wondering why I have 15 here, it's because there are 3 specters and they all shoot 5 projectiles that overlap on, you know, decently sized bosses. I'm sure even the smaller ones get hit by at least 3, but most bosses should get hit by all 15. So that's why it's 15 there. Like I said, I'm going to be putting it down in the description, so do check it out if you're interested in the build. Oh yeah, and that question, why are you going lightning on your summon skellies and zombies? The real reason we're going lightning on the summon skellies, which is our 6-link chest piece, is we don't want them to do physical damage. It's easier to scale them when they're doing elemental damage using, like, because we plan to use elemental weakness, and if you go physical, then that means you just take a damage loss because you're not using the curse for that style. But by switching some of their physical to lightning and scaling more into the lightning aspect of things, they will benefit more from elemental weakness pretty much, and just flat cold damage and all the other sources of just the things we do to scale the Frostbearer would scale them better if they were elemental, is the TLDR. And then my plans moving forward include just keep upgrading the Settlers of Kalguur mechanic until we are basically maxed out. Then I'm going to go ham into shipping, because that is where I believe you will get an insane profit from the league mechanic. So instead of trying to skip early and delay my upgrades, I've taken the other approach where I'm going as fast as I can in terms of upgrade. But do keep in mind with upgrading your Settlers of Kalguur mechanic that as you upgrade, it increases the gold upkeep. So if your build is not in a space where it can handle just like high level content, red maps and whatnot, you may want to, you know, take your time to get there so the gold costs don't leave you feeling like you have to play the game, if that makes sense. Yeah, that about covers my league starts, or how my league start has gone so far. But what about you? How's your league start been? I want to know down in the comments below how it's been treating you watching of the mechanic. I still stand by my statement. I hope it goes live because I'm absolutely having a blast. I love everything about the not everything, but I love so much about the mechanic. It's hands down been my favorite league so far, like not even a contest, and I see myself playing this league for quite a while. I am still looking forward to what the league mechanic has to offer. Just aside from loot, I'm looking forward to what it has to offer gameplay wise, because I still haven't even seen any of the bosses in my adventures. They haven't touched my crew, nothing. So that's gonna be fun. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time.